Hi there, homespun friends. It is Sherry. It's wonderful to see you on this Monday afternoon. I can't believe this day has just raced right by, and before I knew it, it was 3 o'clock, and I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't even put up a video yet, and I had meant to do that this morning. It's just been one of those kind of days. Matter of fact, it's been one of those kind of weekends. I don't think I've seen you in 2 days, but it feels like it's been a week, and I've really missed you. So instead of doing our book study today, I just wanted to come along and simply do a chat where I update you on all that's going on. I think when I last left you, it was on Friday, and maybe I was taking you outside and showing you the arbor that my husband and I had put up, and we put up a second arbor on Saturday morning. We got outside around 9 o'clock, and the weather, we could tell it was just going to be a beautiful day, and it was. And we really overdid it. You know how it is when the weather's been horrible and you haven't been able to get outside in a while, and you just run outside and you try to work all day and get as much done as you can till the sun goes down? That's what we did. And we built that second arbor. We planted our grapes. Now, on one of the arbors, we planted 2 scuppernongs. We planted a dark scuppernong and a fry scuppernong, which is the bronzy, kind of golden bronzy color. On the second arbor, we planted 2 seedless Concord grapes. And I had called all around to the nurseries in the area, except for one. I called everyone but the one right here nearest our house, because I thought they're not going to have it. I had called like 40 miles away, just trying to find 2 seedless Concord grapevines, and I couldn't find them. One nursery had one, and that was about a 40-minute drive, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to go that far right now because I'm already tired. And it was about midday, but we called my husband said, just call that local nursery up there and see if they don't have, they just might. And you know what? They did. They had 2 exactly, and that's what we were looking for. And when we went up there, they were beautiful. They really looked healthy. So we got those planted in the second arbor. My husband had post hole diggers, and he really worked hard and worked up a sweat. And someone had asked me about the red clay. I think it was Steph from Lemon Crinkles had asked me about the red clay that we have here so prominently in the South. And grapevines tend to not do well with red clay because they don't do well with heavy soils. And red clay is very heavy. But once we started digging up there, the dirt was soft. We were surprised that the quality of it was pretty good to be a red soil. But we also used something called permatill, I think is what it's called. And the permatill is actually like little pebbles, and there's a certain kind of material that allows the water to be drained well, and it just helps to break down any of the red clay soil so that your plants can do much better and thrive. And so we use that in all 4 of the grapevines that we planted, and we've watered a couple of times since then. They absorb the water right in. They just look like they're doing great, so we're thankful for that. Now, the first year you have grapevines, of course, you have to water them pretty vigorously. I know that here in the South we go through a lot of drought seasons. Weeks will pass by sometimes and we don't have rain, so we're going to have to be really on top of things with our water hose. We're going to have to go out there and make sure that those plants get their water every day. And before long, we should have grapes. Matter of fact, we probably will have grapes this year because our plants are pretty far along right now. So that was very exciting to do. Once we finished all of that up and had lunch, it was probably 1 or 1:30. And then my husband started working on the actual yard. And then I took off to the store. Our grandson was turning 2. I had forgotten to even get him a present. I mean, it wasn't that I had forgotten to get a present. I just hadn't had time to get one. And I wasn't really sure what to get him, but I talked to Mom, and she's like, oh, it doesn't matter. He just, anything is fine. So I bought him a couple outfits. I bought him a Little People school bus, and I love it. It sings songs, and it beeps the horn, and it has a little stop sign, and it has 3 little people that sit up in the bus, and the doors swing open and all of that. It was really, really cute, and I think that he'll like it a lot. And when I got back from doing that, I went outside and I started weeding a little bit. I also worked on the patio. We have a brick patio, but in a few of the places where the brick is, you get little green, I don't know what they are, little green weeds that want to grow up through the brick. So I usually spray those with Roundup, but we're getting low on Roundup. So I decided I'm going to go and try to pull those out, and I'm going to sweep up all of these crazy fronds that are falling down off the trees, and I really got it looking sharp out there, and I was real tickled. And that was about the time that it was starting to get dark. So time passed quickly, and Saturday was over in a blink. And then yesterday for Sunday, we jumped up. We had, of course, Sunday school. We had, our worship service yesterday morning, and my husband and I came home, and I can't remember what time we got home after, but I think it might have been about 12:40, and we ate. But we had to turn around at about 3:20 and drive back to the church because they were having the reception for our 15-year celebration, and it was wonderful. We've been at our church 15 years, and they threw us a beautiful party. One of the prettiest cakes I've ever seen, just full of orange flowers coming down the side. And I only got a few pictures of it before the actual event started, but just something to hold on to for a memory for us. And for 2.5 hours, we had a steady flow of people. I would say there were several hundred people that came, and we were just really amazed that many people would come out and see us, and we enjoyed it thoroughly. Our church gave us half of the month of July off in addition to our 5 weeks of vacation, and that also gave us a lot of different little gifts, individuals bringing us gifts and cards and things. So when we got home last night, we just had mounds of cards and things to open, little notes people had written to us. Some of the little missions groups had made us posters and things. It was just really a lot of fun, and so kind, and humbled us a lot to see that. And then we were exhausted. By the time we got home, we just crashed into the bed, and when I got up this morning, I could feel it. I could feel that I'd had a very busy weekend, and I still had some other chores that needed to get done. So today I washed sheets. My quilt's about to come out of the dryer. I've checked it 2 times, and because it's a king-size quilt, it does not want to get thoroughly dry all over. It makes me nuts, but it's out there. It's ready to come out, and then I have one more load of clothes waiting to be dried as soon as those are done. What else have I done today? I swept down the hall, and of course I did my general, straightening up. I'll tell you something else wonderful that happened to me over the last few days. One of the first things that happened is that I got my commission check from Lila Rose, and in 1 month I made $204. I could not believe it. All of last year, I think I made $230 in the whole year. And so in 1 month to make $204 is amazing. And I almost wanted to start crying because, it's been a lot of years since I've worked outside the home. I've done a little substitute teaching here and there, but when you do that, you might make $50 a day or something. And I only do it now and then. And so just to be able to see that you can have an income, just a little income that you generated yourself when you're 52, 3 years old, that's very exciting. And it's all because of you guys. You have been so wonderful to order the clips. Those of you who have ordered them have told me that you're loving them and enjoying them. Some of you are buying them to give as gifts. And I just want to say thank you. I just really want to tell you how much I appreciate you for doing that for me, because that is a blessing to my life and to my family's life, and it helps me tremendously. So thank you. And not only that, but I received 2 gifts in the mail this weekend. Crazy. Well, I got one of them today, and I got one of them, I can't remember if it was Friday evening or Saturday, but I want to show you what I got. Barb from Canada totally surprised me and sent me these wonderful Fantasia pencils that I have been wanting. I've had them in my Amazon cart, but I haven't bought them because I didn't want to spend the money to do it. I'm so cheap. But anyway, I'm just trying to be frugal, but I am so blessed. I really did get tears in my eyes when I opened this and saw this. These are the pencils I was telling you guys about. I have some, but half of my set is missing because my kids use those up, and I've had them for a lot of years because my children use those pencils in high school, and my youngest children are about to turn 26. So that'll tell you how long I've had those pencils. But anyway, I'm going to show you what these look like. Oh, they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Look at that. The whole set. Thank you, Barb. Oh my goodness. She wrote me the most beautiful letter. She told me a lot about herself. I just really connected with Barb. I've written back and forth with her a couple of times this weekend, very quickly, because I've been coming and going, but wonderful to get to know people in a personal way. And so many of you have written me. Many of you have written me through email, through message, some of you through the Homespun Wife Facebook Messenger. I love connecting with you. Just, reading about you and hearing where you're from and about your families. It is a blessing. So this was a gift that I got. I have preserved this and not used it because I said I don't want to use it for the first time until I'm really relaxed and I can sit down and just really take my time. And the past 2 days that I've done my scripture writing have been wonderful, but I've been extremely tired. Both times when I sat down to do my scripture writing on Saturday and yesterday, I was whipped. And so I want to use this when I'm fresh. And so I haven't used them yet, but I'm going to. I'm so excited. Oh, they're beautiful. Thank you, Barb. Oh, and she sent me something else. I'm so excited. She sent me this book, which is the Illustrated Words of Jesus for Women. Now, you will remember this is the book that I gave away for my 2,000 sub celebration. And I wanted to order me one at that time, but I didn't really, I didn't want to spend the funds to buy 3 of these books. I thought I could give one away and I could buy one for myself. And that's what I was going to do. But then I thought, well, you have 2,000 subs. You might as well give 2 gifts and then just, don't even get one for yourself. It's okay. So that's what I did. That's what I did. And the Lord knows in my heart that I really wanted to have one, but I just said, I really want my friends to have one first. I would like to give away 2 of these books. So I ordered them directly from Amazon, having only seen them online in a demonstration. And lo and behold, when I got this package, Barb sent me the pencils and she sent me this book, and she had no idea that I had been wanting this book. I'm going to show you now that I have it in my hands. Look at that beautiful cover. I'm going to show you inside what it looks like. And this is so pretty. It has all these devotions in here, and it's pictures to color inside. Look at that. It is so beautiful. I love this. And so I don't know if any of you are interested in having this book. I could link it for you below so that you could pick one up if you want to. Or it might be something, if you're like me, you kind of save up for things. Like, I'm serious. Even if something is $12 or $13, sometimes I'll just sit back a few dollars a week, and then, in a month or two, you can buy it. And that's just how I do things. So anyway, but you guys blessed me this month. You blessed me a lot by ordering clips. And so I was able to have grapes. I'm very excited. But anyway, thank you, Barb, for the pencils and the book. That is so thoughtful. And a month or more ago, I had received a handmade card from one of you guys that was beautiful. I also received a couple other cards that had little things in them. I think one of them had some stickers, and one of them had some beautiful magnetic clips, like page clips for your book, and had like little butterflies and things on them. And I meant to show those at the time, but something happened and I didn't get them shown. But thank you very much for all of you that send me mail, snail mail. I really enjoy, and I enjoy getting emails too. It's a lot of fun. Just to see your handwriting on the paper, to read your stories. It's great. Now, today, I was going to go this morning and take my daughter to the dentist for her follow-up. My daughter had the problem with the dentist. For those of you who missed that video, it's probably 2 back where I talk about my daughter's dental experiment there, or experience. And so I was going to take her this morning, and her husband decided to go, and I was kind of glad because I think it's good that they deal with this together. They're in their mid-20s, and I think it's just good that they deal with it together if they can, And so her husband went with her, and they asked the dentist for a refund for her money. And her tooth, the space where her tooth was, is healing up, and her stitches came out last night, and it's tender, and especially when somebody starts mashing on it, it's tender, but it's not nearly what it was before. It's healing very well, and she's finished with all of her antibiotics and hoping she doesn't have to take any more because she's had several rounds of antibiotics. And I need to ask you guys, what do you do to build your system back up after you've taken such strong antibiotics? How can she help her immune system? Like eating yogurt or drinking a certain tea, or just if you could give me some tips, because I really think it would be good for her. She's eating well now. I was worried about her not eating, but the past few days she has eaten. She came today, her color was back in her cheeks. She was looking good, like herself. She's frustrated, because when they asked the dentist for a refund, he said no. He said that They were supposed to pay an additional $1,400 the next time that they came back, but because the implant had failed, he was not going to charge them that, and that was for their benefit that he was doing that. And I couldn't believe it, and my son-in-law said, "But you botched the surgery on her mouth." And he said, "No, I didn't. I didn't botch anything. It's just that the implant didn't take. It failed." And he said, "No, it's not." He said, "You actually removed her tooth and you saw there was infection and you put a large screw up in there anyway and you punctured her sinus. And it could be really serious. Fortunately, she doesn't seem to have, any infection in her sinuses right now, but it's a very serious matter." And he said, well, he felt like that he did not puncture the sinus. He thinks that maybe the infection moved from the screw up into her sinuses and made an opening there. Never heard of such a thing. No one I've talked to has heard of such a thing. Anyway, that's what he said, and he's not going to do anything for them. He wants her to come back in 2 months so he can check it. And he said, in 4 months, I will redo the procedure for you on the house as far as putting the screw in. And she's like, no, I'm not coming back to you ever again for that. So it looks like we may have to proceed with, as many of you suggested, with procuring legal counsel. We don't want to do it, but many of you wrote to me privately and on the comments and said that you felt like it was important to do. Dr. Sunny, the dentist that she had seen that told her about the sinus puncture, recommended that she do this. So that may be what we have to do, and I'll keep you updated as we go along. But anyway, they were here this morning to let me know what the dentist said, and they had my youngest granddaughter with them, and she is so cute. She's 7 months old now, and she's teething, and she was just trying to kiss me, and she was grabbing my glasses and doing all those fun things that babies do. And a FedEx man pulled up into my driveway, and I was like, what's the FedEx man doing here? He's got the wrong address, because I haven't ordered anything or anything. And so anyway, he pulled up into the driveway and got out, and my son-in-law said, I'll go out there for you. And when he came back in, he said, Mimi, you've got a box. You've got a box. And so I opened it up, and I was just astounded. It was a box from Walmart. It did not have a name on it. And I know one of you told me to expect a package from Walmart, or to expect something from Walmart. And what I guess what I thought you meant when you said that was like maybe a card. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a greeting card. Like maybe you had sent me a greeting card from Walmart, or I didn't expect like a package from Walmart. And your name is not on there. So I'm going to have to go back through all of my videos and try to find your name, or see if you've written me an email. I get so many emails and messages now. It's really hard for me to remember things because I'm in that time of life when it's really hard to remember things. I'm in my mid-50s. Well, I'm not mid yet. I'm 52, but I'm going to be 53. But I think once you become a grandmother, you classify as being at the middle of your life, and your brain doesn't work that well anymore. So I'm trying to remember, oh my goodness. So I opened this up and I thought maybe the name is inside the box. Well, it's not. It's not anywhere on it. But I got to show you what I got. I'm so excited. Do you know what it is? Those of you who know me probably know what it is. You can guess. What is something that I've been wanting, but I put off ordering, aside from the pencils? It's the butter dish, the Pioneer Woman butter dish with the butterfly. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my goodness. And look at this beautiful teal color with the little polka dots and the pretty flowers on top. Oh my goodness. See how that stands up there, and you use that to lift your little lid off? Oh, let me do this. Lift it like this. This is going on my dining room table. And when the grandchildren come, they will be sternly warned, and I may have to sit it up, because for right now, while they're still small, it may be that they just have to, this is for adults to use, because I don't want it to get broken. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't believe it. Who sent this to me? One of you sweet people sent me this, and I can't find your name anywhere. Now, I've not had time to go through all of my emails or my messages, because a couple of you have asked me for my personal home address. This came to my home address and not my address that I put out there publicly for everyone. And so some of you have written to me and asked me for that, and I'm going to have to go back and try to look. But if you're watching this video and you gave me this, I want you to tell me, because I was telling my daughter, she's like, I can't believe it's somebody you don't even know would send you that kind of present. And I'm like, I know, it's crazy. I have such nice people. I don't understand why they like me. I don't, but they do. And it's amazing that somebody would like me this much. That's so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait to use it. I called my husband and told him about it, but he's not seen it yet. But when he gets home, he's going to see it. And I'm going to put butter in it tonight. I'm going to put butter in it. I'm so excited. Thank you, friends. Now, you do not just have to give me things for me to love you, because I love you for being you and for being so kind to me and always watching my videos. What a blessing you are. You are, today I was going to come in and do Having a Merry Heart in a Martha World. Our book study was coming along, and today just kind of got away from me and I didn't get it done. So I hope you'll understand. And I hope that I can do this tomorrow, because we are going to be talking about worry and anxiety. And I have never been a huge worrier. Maybe at some point, I think at some point when my children were smaller, I went through a phase when I worried almost every day. But as I've gotten older, I haven't worried nearly as much. And I was getting ready and, preparing my thoughts to share with you about this particular chapter. And lo and behold, yesterday, after a wonderful day Saturday and a wonderful day all day Sunday and all these great things happening in my life, I got ready to get into bed, and what happened? Boom. Satan hits you with the worry. It usually has something to do with somebody close to you. And that's the way it was for me. And I was concerned for this person. And the more I thought about it, the bigger my worry got. And by 1 o'clock in the morning, that worry was huge. I'm like, what is going on with me? And I know it's just Satan attacking. And he always seems to attack us at night, it seems like, for some reason. So anyway, we are going to be talking about Martha's fretting and her worrying, and how we are a lot like that as women, and how God feels about us doing that. So we're going to be talking about that in our book study. Friends, I do love you. I appreciate you. I thank you. There are so many of you now. The channel is growing, and I can't even say why. It's just God's blessing, and it's all the wonderful friends that I have that are really gracious to me, overlooking all of my flaws. There's so many. If I started naming them, we'd be here till tomorrow. But you are, well, you're wonderful. You really are. Thank you, friends, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow when we will do our book study together. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.